Whew, man, it's a chilly morning this morning. Got some frost on the hood, and this old Ford doesn't like to start in the cold. Hang on for a minute. I'll show you a couple things to check before you just go start throwing parts at it to see if you can fix it. So the old 7.3 doesn't like to start in the mornings. It's cold. Diesels don't like to start on cold mornings, but they shouldn't have a problem. And this one, it'd have a problem. I could kill these batteries. I just bought these batteries a month ago. Yeah, about a month ago, maybe 6 weeks ago, I bought these batteries. So they're brand new. It'll kill these batteries trying to start on a cold morning, and that shouldn't happen. So either I need new glow plugs, the glow plug, what is it, a relay isn't working, or this whatever sends the signal to the glow plug relay isn't working. So this is a glow plug relay on this model. It sits right up here. This gives power to the glow plugs when they need it, which is only on startup. These two little wires are the ones that tell it to turn on. There's a computer somewhere's over here, somewhere else that I haven't found yet, that supplies these two wires with power. Inside the relay, there's a big bar that connects these two bigger terminals that have the bigger power supply. They give your glow plugs power. They light them up. If you want to bypass the relay, turn your ignition on and take a screwdriver and bridge these two posts right here, the two bigger ones. Bridge them for about 15-20 seconds. Take the screwdriver off, go inside and start it. If it wants to start, if it tries to start right up, then you know it's not your glow plugs that are going bad. It might be the relay, or it might be a wire that's going to this relay that's not giving it signal. So I've already done this where I've jumped this solenoid. I jumped it for about 20 seconds. I went inside. Make sure you have your key on when you jump it. I went inside and hit that start, and it fired right up. So it's either the relay, which is about $65 at Napa, or it's one of these wires that's telling the relay to turn on. So when I go to town, I try and get stuff that I might need. I was in town yesterday. I was troubleshooting this, but I hadn't thoroughly troubleshooted it yet. So I went ahead and bought a relay for $63. I might not need it, but as soon as I hook it up, I own it. As long as I don't hook it up, I can return it and get all my money back. So I'm going to finish troubleshooting this. So this is my Power Probe wire tester. It's one of the first models that came out. They have much nicer ones out now, but this one still works just fine. It's got two leads that you hook to your battery, positive and negative. That makes your little LED light turn on. When you hit a grounded wire, this lights up green. When you hit a positive wire, this lights up red. It also has little beeps, different beeps for ground or hot. So right now you've got no power, no power, no power, and hot. These two little wires are what we want to see with power. If those get power and stay powered for a good amount of time, we know that it's the solenoid that's bad and not what's before it. So let's see if we're getting power to that other side there. So this light never turned red. This post never got power. That's telling me that this solenoid is bad. We've got power over here, ground over here, but this should have gotten power from that. at some point in that startup cycle. We'll try one more time. So we never got power to this side. Let's turn that off. If we didn't get power to this side, the glow plugs never got power. So something's got to be wrong with this solenoid. I'm going to go ahead and replace it, and hopefully that works. So we're dealing with a relay that has constant power. First thing you do, disconnect your batteries. It's easier than trying to hold that constant power wire up in the air to keep it from touching something else. So we've got the new relay hooked up. Constant power, negative because the ignition isn't turned on, and negative because there's no bridge yet. When I turn the ignition on, this should go hot. Let's go ahead and test that theory. So we know the relay was bad. It had power when the ignition was on, but it wasn't transferring the power to the glow plugs. Now I don't know how long that's supposed to stay on, how long the power's supposed to stay on there. That's something I'll have to look into to make sure there's not something stuck somewhere else, constantly supplying power through that relay. So you can see here that you still have constant power coming into the relay. You have power to both the smaller wires, but the power is turned off to the glow plugs. So that seems to have fixed the problem in my truck. Just the relay had gone bad. I was hoping it wasn't the glow plugs. To do glow plugs on this truck, because the valve cover gasket has the electronics that run through it, it gets pretty pricey. Sometimes you can reuse that valve cover, sometimes you rip a wire and you got to buy new ones. It just adds to the expense of doing glow plugs. A relay, 63 bucks. That's a little pricey for a relay in my opinion. Maybe I'm just getting old, but it fixed the problem. If you're not a subscriber and you like the content in my channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the little bell for notifications, and smash that like button for us. Help our channel get out there. Until next time, guys, go make something.